So slowly and steadily I will invite on the stage Karolis Kiguolis from Fusebox, independent electricity aggregator representing. Everyone is ready to listen? Do we have your attention? Okay, so we start. The stage is yours.
Okay, thank you. So, thank you, Žygimantas, for the last presentation. It was very interesting to see some digits. Our company not selling solar panels, we're not selling batteries, but we're like mediator for the providers who doing this. And I think this is one of the main thing if you're talking about green energy, about renewable energy, about solar and about wind. Like I always talking with governments, with clients, it is, if you take a coin, it is two sides. So one side that renewable energy is growing and will grow, and it's very good because it's new future. But if you're looking from electricity balancing operator side, we have a lot of job, guys. We have a lot of job in every country and in Lithuania as well. But I see what a lot of people from different countries, from Germany, from Netherlands, from Italy. So, like, if we're talking about Germany, so I know what renewable energy is growing times. I just see from the numbers, and I can't imagine how work electricity balancing operators have. And you know, it is something like I like to talk inside market. So if you're talking about our solutions, and what I want to talk about today in the next 10-20 minutes, it's about solar, batteries, and grid. I call it demand-side response. If you're talking about Fusebox, so yesterday we are in the market already 8 years, and we are one of the most innovative startup in Europe. We are in top 100. But if you're talking about accessibility, not only for the batteries, but for the buildings like this, to participate in demand-side response, business centers, industrial companies, water utilities, and so on. Especially today, when we have one of the biggest energy crises in Europe history, all industrial companies starting change the mindset and be flexible, because if we're talking with industry companies, nobody wants to change their work because it's hard. But I will talk more about maybe special information what I will talk from the experience, because today already in Estonia and Finland we have integrated more than 3 megawatt of batteries, energy storage, and it is one inside information what if you're talking about business perspective, if I'm investor and I'm looking for, I want to build a 10-20 megawatt solar park. It is one thing what we don't need to forget. Electricity, big prices, it not will be always like this. One day we have a lot of green energy, a lot of solar, a lot of wind, and electricity price starts going down. So to avoid this, you can put in solar parks, in buildings which have solar panels, or in some other objects, the batteries. And the batteries allows you to participate in demand-side response with Fusebox virtual power plant and to get extra revenue, solid extra revenue. And if you're talking about imbalance and the digits of megawatt hours, what is, if we look for the last 3 years, just to take a Lithuanian example, what imbalance in electricity balancing operator have maybe 3 times less than we have now, because in the last 3 years the renewables energy also it starts and continues growing quite in big numbers in Lithuania as well. So it's a big opportunity. In these slides I show very fresh example from the PV storage from 2020 August. So if you take battery size 1 megawatt, so it is marketing some mistake, it is 1 and 2 megawatts. So in this position, if you see these digits in a below 1.2 million. So I will explain a little bit. So to buy a battery just for storage and just to avoid big prices in Nord Pool is not a business case. To buy battery and participate in demand side response in electricity balancing market, this is the case. We have done the calculation, but the feedback, if we invest a battery, like example, I take a price from one of our partners, Pixie, Norwegian company for battery providers. 1 megawatt battery, its prices are around 700,000 euros. So if we using this battery for demand side as well, so the feedback time, it's less than 5 years. In some of the cases, it can be less than 3 years. So, and if we took this 1 megawatt and we use between 1.5 and 2 times per day, and bring this safe electricity brings to electricity balancing market, not to Nord Pool, extra revenue in 5 years, it will be more than 1.2 megawatt. Sorry, 1.2 million euros. So I'm talking now in copper market price, so it's Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. If we take Scandinavian balancing electricity prices cap, it is totally bigger. And if you take like example Germany, what is imbalance is very big in a balancing market, the price cap sometimes grows till 100,000 euros per 1 mega hour of flexibility. So this is what you must know, and your future clients must know. This is very interesting example how to avoid solar panel, solar park cannibalism. I don't like to use this word, but if you're talking about if you're talking about possibility to do business smart, so I think this is the possibility. So if you're talking if in this case we're using the batteries, and if you want to avoid low energy prices in the middle of the day, we can take the solar energy and save to the battery, and also to sell it in the Nord Pool in the evening when the price is bigger. Or you can bring it with Fusebox to the electricity balancing market, which always price for 1 megawatt hour is bigger than in Nord Pool. And if you talk about market price, what I can say, it's like a golden rule, you know. Doesn't matter in which country, but electricity balancing market is the most like important market in every country, you know. It doesn't matter how much or pool price in one and another hour. If the electricity balancing operator, they didn't balance the grid, so you can using the electricity. And we see today not a lot blackout, but we see some blackouts and in United States of America and in Balkan countries. So, you know, this is opportunity to talk and to use the batteries like extra aggregator and to use it smart and to look forward one day. Maybe it is the possibility, maybe the solar parks produce the what we get the electricity from solar, we put to the batteries and we produce only to electricity balancing market, to the grid, not to the Nord Pool. And this is what the, if you're talking about the business case, this is what you must know, and your client must know in the future as well. So the fuse box, mostly we say what we are software platform, and we are not selling batteries and we are not selling solar panels, but we are like integrator in this big game, and we can bring really good benefits and to make grid safe and to save CO2 as well. If you're talking about Baltic states, we participating in MFFR market. Of course, in Scandinavia, we also are in another markets which are existing today. And also, I didn't maybe put some extra slides about the batteries and hydro, the batteries and business center, the batteries and in industrial big companies. But it is like if somebody asks me, you know, I will tell one sentence always. If it is sun, it is must be batteries as well. And today, if we look very, if we focus for energy, for European Union and about all the stuff that is going from political, okay, I don't want to talk about this because this is, I don't think that we can change here. But another thing, that is a lot of subsidies coming. And like example, I just a few days ago talked with some company which doing consultants in Lithuania, and they said that like in Lithuania it's starting subsidy for the government institutions like schools, hospitals and so on, like 3 million euros and 3 megawatt of batteries. So this is a good case, and I hope maybe in the future the business and private households also they can have some subsidies. So if you're talking about integration time when the client buys a battery, it is on only 3 weeks. So in example, if I can mention one of our partners, Pixie, it takes from the order till implementation only 8 weeks. Also, we have some testings also what we're doing with Huawei today. So in the future, I think we have more partners, and I hope to see SoliTek as well, and maybe we talked before with Žygimantas to make a test with his batteries and to see maybe it will be one of the first batteries in demand side response market, which is providing Lithuanian company. So this is also unique experience what is waiting for us. If you're talking about revenue sharings, so from batteries and fuse box, it is like 85% extra revenue from balance electricity, which we provide to grid gets the customer, and 50% take fuse box. We have all this, I can say, like platform what you can see online. You can see all the information, and you take the last 1 year, the last 2 weeks. So this is everything is open because we building virtual power plant globally. Today we are only in 9 countries, but I hope so in the next 5 years we go to all Europe and not only. So all technical advices and commercial, I can say, like consultations and financial consultations we do already from practice. We have today around 15, 16 objects in Estonia and Finland, which are integrated already into electricity balancing market and get revenue. So this is from my side. It's quite short, but very concrete. So if you want to ask me something, you can ask now, or you can, I can share with you my visit card, and we can have in the future to talk about some collaboration in your countries. So thank you for the time. Thank you, SoliTek, for invitation. And I hope it will be some new, fresh information about inside market, which mostly the people we don't know, and what is not, what is here, you know, because everybody know Nord Pool about energy crisis. But I just talked with Vice Minister of Energy 2 days ago, and the problem we have in Lithuania, but nobody talking about this because nobody have experience, you know. So this is a big problem, and I said, it is, we calculate with a team what in Lithuania it is without batteries. We're not calculating batteries. In Lithuania it is about 60 million euros which dropping on the floor, and nobody wants to take it because nobody, we need a lot of time to explain. And I want to say one thing, this object, we integrated now into electricity balancing market, so I hope you know, the people from the company next year can say we have benefits in feedback, in CO2 savings and extra revenue, 100,000 or 200,000 euros, or maybe less, or maybe more. So let's see. Just one thing before ending. Doesn't matter how much electricity prices will rise in Nord Pool or globally. Demand side response in the next 40 years will rise more than 40 times globally because we increasing renewables globally. So it's like solar, wind, hydrogen. Hydrogen is also green energy. So I can say this just from the another countries like Germany, New Zealand, and I just talk about a record. So the last year, the record was make with New Zealand 3 days in a row. They pay more than $230,000 for every megawatt hour of flexibility. So this guy just to think about. So thank you a lot, and if you have some question, please ask.
Any questions? Thank you.